My name is Josh Shigelki with Mortgage Connection. So typically we do these videos. We like to keep it light, have some fun, as mortgage numbers can be boring for some people. Not everybody's a mortgage geek like myself. But given these current uncertain times with everything that's going on in the world and the markets due to COVID-19, we at Mortgage Connection wanted to give you a quick update to let you know what's going on. We've got a ton of phone calls, emails, text messages about these mortgage deferrals. As well as just with the markets and interest rates rising, which is against what I believe the public believes is happening. We thought that we would get an update out to all of you. Myself, my two brilliant partners wanted to take the time to let you know what's happening. And with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to my partner Robbie so he can talk about the mortgage deferment. Robbie, take it away.
Thanks, Josh. So as my colleague just mentioned right now, a lot of calls, a lot of texts, a lot of emails are coming in regards to mortgage payment deferrals. I want to be clear, this is not a mortgage payment holiday. This is a mortgage payment deferral. And what that means is that you will still be charged the interest. You are saving the fact that you have to make that cash outlay of a mortgage payment in the month, but your interest is still accruing on top of your mortgage. In a way, you're paying interest on interest. Of course, there are Canadians that need this mortgage payment deferral, and if you need it, please call in. So this is not just the big banks that are offering it. So specialized lenders all across the board, all lenders, banks are offering this option. What's important to know is that this is on a case-by-case basis, and it's also for those Canadians that really need it. So what the lenders, what the banks are saying right now is that if you have a mortgage payment coming up in the next 7 to 10 days, that is when they want you to call in. If you don't have a mortgage payment coming up in the next 7 to 10 days, what's being advised due to long hold times for every single bank, every lender out there, please try to wait or email your query in. Again, these are going to be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. So what some of the speculation out there was that this is automatic. This is absolutely not automatic. It's not 6 months for everybody. It is up to 6 months. You have to make your case directly to your lender, and they will assess whether you're going to get this mortgage payment deferral. And with that, I will pass it along to my partner, Joe.
Thanks, Robbie. I'm just going to touch on kind of a couple of things here. One, on a personal level, if you're applying for a mortgage and you're seeing something like a job loss or a change of job or a temporary layoff, what should you do? So one of the big questions that we're having right now is, how do I handle that? And the big piece of advice that we can give you is to make sure that you're completely upfront about it. You're communicating with your mortgage broker right away so that they can look at what potential solutions are for you. The last thing we want to be dealing with is not knowing that that change has happened and then having it come up last minute. The other side of that from a personal transaction standpoint is you might be halfway through a transaction. You're now concerned on how are you going to sign with lawyers, or is an appraisal going to be done for you, or how that's going to work. Those things are changing rapidly on how lenders and banks and lawyers are handling signings. We're going to keep you up to date on all of that, but just know that transactions are still happening, files are still closing, the lenders are being very agile in adjusting to the seriousness of this and making sure that if you have a transaction that hasn't quite funded, that they'll do what they can to get across the line and keep everyone safe. The other thing that's really interesting right now and confusing is what are interest rates doing. So everyone's kind of heard that interest rates are falling, and although the Bank of Canada did lower the overnight rate twice very quickly by a full percent, we aren't actually seeing rates fall. And so that's where there's a bit of a confusion. Interest rates did come down briefly, but with all of the turmoil that's in the market, it's actually caused a bit of an issue for lenders having access to capital, which is what they're putting out as a mortgage. In saying that, what we're seeing is interest rates are actually going up right now. So if you're trying to redo your mortgage, if you have a mortgage that's coming up for renewal, or you want to see if you could do something to try to relieve some of your payment, get a better overall product for you, now is the time to look at doing it, because we don't know where interest rates are going to settle. So if you have questions on that, we're happy to talk to you about that. But the big thing is to realize that just because the Bank of Canada lowered rates does not mean that interest rates are actually falling, and the complete opposite's happening right now. So we're going to continue to do our best to keep you up to date on what's happening, how things are changing. And of course, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us. I'm going to send it back to Josh here to close this out for you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Jacobs. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. We also wanted to take a quick moment to thank our lender partners. Thank you so much for everything you do. Our network partner, Verico, for staying on top of all the latest updates. And of course, Mortgage Professionals Canada and our wonderful board of directors for your time and what you've done for our industry. I hope that you found this video informative. Remember, please reach out to a mortgage broker to get the right information. And we always strive to be that source for you, the public. I hope that you found this video informative and that it's helped you in some way. And I ask that you and your family please stay safe. Take care from Mortgage Connection.